Okay, I have a question for single men in their 30s who have their lives together and just haven't found the one yet for some reason. So if I was a single lady in my 30s and I wanted to meet you, where would be the best place to go? Just asking for a friend. Please let me know in the comments. Thanks.
You won't believe what these women are saying after turning 30. Successful careers, stable lives, but completely lost in love. The craziest part? They're revealing exactly why it happened, and almost no one has the courage to say it out loud.
In your early 30s and single, girl, it is amazing. Don't feel rushed. It is not scary, I promise you. I just got home from seeing 2 girlfriends. I've been out and about, hot girl walks. I just made a chocolate ninja creamy. I'm gonna go out later tonight. The only responsibility I have is to be on a Zoom at 12 o'clock on Monday. And I am booked and busy. Or making your own money, owning your own shit. You don't have to put up with anyone yapping in your ear. Trust me. You will have kids at some point if you want kids. Do not worry, do not rush it. You will have time. My mom had my sister when she was 39 without any help. I have many girlfriends that have kids and they're so grateful that they have their kids. But dude, do they wish that they could book a Pilates class whenever they want, or go for a walk, or go out to dinner, or go for drinks whenever they want without having to book a babysitter? Yes. And I'm sorry, I get to do my 10-step skincare without a little guy like yapping in my ear to hurry up. There's a time and a place for everything, so embrace this.
Why does no one explain or tell us how hard it is to be dating in this modern age in your 30s? I don't want to be going out dating. I don't want to do it. I don't want to put myself through it. I just find that people are so easy to leave, and people can't commit anymore. People don't want to commit anymore. It's too easy to find other things. And then just stupid things like you're going on Instagram or TikTok or anything like that. You're scrolling through and you're seeing all these memes of things that you want to have in your future, and it just makes you feel so envious. Like, I wish I could have that. Why can't I have that? Oh, dating in your 30s sucks. It really sucks. And I think it's just kind of like, it's trying to come to terms with the fact that everything that you thought you'd have by this age isn't always where it's meant to be. Sometimes you just need to wrap your head around it. But it does, yeah, it gets a bit much sometimes. Just a low day. I'll be fine again later.
This one is more emotional and cultural. She notices how shallow relationships have become, but ignores that this mindset was also shaped by her own generation. Social media created constant comparison, unrealistic expectations, and a disposable mindset. She wants commitment, but lives in an environment where everything feels replaceable. On top of that, she's tired of trying, which pushes opportunities even further away. At the end of the day, it's not just men don't want commitment. It's a market where no one wants to truly put in effort.
You know what's something that I feel like nobody talks about that's really hard about dating in your 30s? I was just sitting here drinking my coffee on my break in between my shows and thinking about the fact that I'm 33. So more than likely, if you're around my age or in your early 30s, you've seen multiple friends or family members who are around your same age go from dating somebody to being engaged to somebody to marrying somebody to being probably multiple years into marriage, maybe even potentially having kids with that person and having multiple kids, and then being like in the depths of parenting with that person. And it's so challenging, especially if you have a lot of close friends that that you've seen go through these stages, to look at people's relationships and how strong they seem in different phases of life, and then how challenging their relationships become. So even people that you were like, oh, there are no red flags, they're super solid. Like, there's aspects where you're like, oh my God, like, does anybody actually like each other? Is anyone actually compatible? And I hope none of my friends see this and are offended by it. Well, there's a me. But it is so hard to watch that and then be in the stage of life where you're like making some of those decisions that feel so heavy. Like, when you're saying, okay, I don't see any red flags, but look at all these other people that didn't see any red flags and look at them now. It almost makes you second guess your choices. Not that any of this has anything to do with me or anything. No, but for real, I just was thinking about that, how it's so interesting and like maybe better to be naive, but also great to have life experience. It's a double-edged sword for sure. I am single at 31, and that is definitely not something I ever thought I would be saying. When I was younger, that I would be married with kids, I'd have my house at 31, and instead my partner of 4 years and I have decided to go separate ways. I have moved back to Sydney in with my parents, semi-treated like a 14-year-old, like they forgot that well, at least my mum has forgotten that I know how to live. And honestly, it feels embarrassing. You know, the first thing I think of is being 31 and so many of my friends are in happy relationships with kids, they're engaged, they're married, and I'm like, cool. Obviously so happy for them, but then I look at myself and I'm like, wow, I'm just not where I thought I would be. And it's certainly a hard pill to swallow, like a really, really hard pill to swallow, especially moving into my parents' house, you know. Like my room is the same as it was when I was like 18 years old. I want to find my own place, but Sydney rentals are ridiculous at the moment. And I'm like, I can't afford to spend $600 to $900 a week on rent. Plus, I also think I want to go traveling and live between like Sydney, Melbourne, LA, and London. Waiting for the part where I get excited about life and my next chapter, because that one closed and decision we made, but like, you know, I think it's the right one, and that's the thing, you never know if it is the right decision or not. I just want people to know they're not alone. You know, if you're 31 and recently single, if you're in your 30s recently single, if you're like in your like 20s and recently single, like, I'm right there with you. I feel you. And you know what? Let's share this journey together, because I need an outlet. Otherwise, I will probably just go insane. So, single and 31. Here we go.
This is where choices and time hit hard. She spent years in a relationship that didn't work out and now feels the impact. Starting over at 31 is much harder than at 20. There's also comparison with friends who are already settled, which creates frustration and a sense of falling behind. The issue isn't just being single, it's realizing time doesn't come back. And when there's still uncertainty about the future, traveling, moving cities, it signals instability, something that naturally pushes away men looking to build something solid.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Being the single friend when you're in your 30s feels like when the server brought out everybody else's food except for yours. And at first there's no reason to panic because you're like, I'm gonna wait. Like mine is coming very soon. I know it. And then it doesn't come. People are like, well, maybe what you ordered is too complicated. And it's just like the human equivalent of a salad. I looked at the menu carefully. Some of these items were kind of expensive and didn't seem worth it. Like, I know the salad was a good choice because the only time it didn't work out for me was when like the chicken was undercooked. Timing was off. Right salad, wrong time. So you're just sitting there while everybody else is eating and you're like, okay. I'm pretty sure I followed all the rules. I sat down, they asked what I wanted, I said this. Everyone did the same. Theirs showed up. And I guess I'm going home with a coupon.
So it's come to my attention that if you are a single 30-year-old in this generation, you're pretty much cooked. And here's why. So I've been single for about a year now, but prior to that, I was single for 6 years. So if there's anyone that has a little singleness expertise, I feel like I would give myself credit. And this is what I've noticed. So 30-year-old women are doing different hobbies than 30-year-old men. So there's not a lot of crossing paths, right? And the other thing is that we are 30. We are tired. Most of us work 9 to 5, right? We do what we have to do. We log in if you work from home, or if you still commute to an office space, you're in traffic, you're tired. If you don't have kids, you really don't have much responsibility than just to come home and do whatever you want. And let's be real, it is very expensive to live, specifically for myself, in Los Angeles. So you don't want to go out. You don't want to spend $20 on a drink when you could just make a drink at home, or even when it comes to coffee shops, right? My FYP is just showing me everyone has an espresso machine now at home. So I have one. I don't have the need to go to a coffee shop, even though it's only like $7 for a latte. It adds up. So I don't know what the solution is, but I know what the problem is. And that is, we're tired. We don't have the same hobbies, and it's expensive to date right now. And I also tried the apps, and that didn't work, just because I feel like both men and women are a little skeptical when it comes to the online dating apps. And in my experience, men just wouldn't prompt a date. They wouldn't plan, and that's nothing on them, right? Because girls ghost guys, and it's something scary, for a guy to ask a girl out on a date. But I did have this really positive interaction at the airport since I travel for work. This guy simply, was waiting for his coffee. I was waiting for my coffee, and I saw him look over towards my direction, and then he just complimented my glasses that I was wearing, and it wasn't creepy. It wasn't, invasive. Like I didn't feel like he was like stalking me and then made a comment. But I feel like if we're not interacting with people, then we're going to be single forever, guys. So my hot take is just talk to people when you're out and about. And girls, be nice. If he's not your type, don't reject them in a rude way. But men, also approach a woman respectfully. I don't know. Those are my thoughts.
She understands the situation better, but still treats it like it's only external. Busy routines, high cost of living, lack of interaction, all real, but not the full excuse. The core issue is this: men and women are living completely separate lives with fewer natural ways to connect, and both sides have become more closed off and skeptical. She even admits that when real life interaction happens, it works. So the issue isn't lack of opportunity, it's lack of consistent initiative and environments that encourage real connections.
I am almost 30 years old and I've never had a boyfriend. That was a video I made back in March of this year. It's now it's October and I'm turned 30 and I've still never had a boyfriend. And here's how I'm feeling about that. Truthfully, it really only ever bothers me or actually makes me feel anxious at certain times. And it's usually when I'm already feeling anxious or lonely, which is most of the time late at night. But it is always constantly in the back of my mind of like, I don't think you're ever actually going to find someone to be with. That's genuinely one of the things that plays in the back of my head. Like, oh, you're not good enough. You're never going to find someone to be with. Like, I have never been able to shake that feeling. But then there's like another little angel on the other corner that's like, yeah, you will. And they'll be great. And I consider myself a relatively confident person in all aspects of my life except my romantic life. Because having a lack of male attention, as much as it does not matter to the value of who you are as a person, having a lack of it, like when I say I've never had male attention beyond someone wanting to sleep with me, I am 100% serious. I don't get hit on when I go out at bars. I barely get any likes on dating apps, which is kind of interesting. Maybe I pick bad pictures, or I'm not really sure. And I'm just going to preface this by saying this is not fun for me to admit, but I feel like if even one person can relate, if I had someone make a video like this, it would make me feel better. So that's why I'm making it. But it's not fun for me to say this. And I seriously do not think I've ever had a man interested in me beyond sex. Like, truly, to the depths of my core, I sometimes think that's the only thing men ever see in me. Like, I don't have men in my DMs. I don't have any of that. And sometimes I'm fine with that. And other times I'm like, okay. I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, what's going on? And I'll tell you where my mind immediately goes in instances where I'm feeling anxious about this. I'm fat. That's where I go because I'm a curvy woman. Like, it might not look like it because you're only seeing my face, but I'm a curvy girl. And as much as I don't want that to be where my brain goes, it is where it goes. And I just don't want to lie about that. Like, that is where my brain goes. But yeah, this entire video is not very fun for me to make, but I feel like I don't see anyone talk about this. And it would have helped me if I saw someone talk about this, because I know I'm not the only person. Because when I made this video a few months ago, there were a lot of people that commented. And also to the people that are like, I see my future and I'm scared. I'm gonna like block that comment. It's like, it really pisses me off, because what do you want me to say to that? What do you want me to say to the fact that you saw my life and you said you were scared of your life turning out that way? Anyways, there's that.
So I've seen this trend on TikTok, and actually shout out to my sister for putting me on, because we're talking about me being in my late 30s, being single, what dating life is like, and balancing that in my personal life. And she's like, girl, you need to go on TikTok. That's where you're going to find your community. So here I am. But yes, my name is Lorne. I am a 37-year-old sports medicine physician. So I'm basically a non-surgical orthopedic doctor that deals with any kind of bone issues. I spent, I would say, the majority of my 20s and 30s pursuing my career. And now I'm done. I'm done chasing the validation of that journey and the validation of people around me. I'm done chasing, spending thousands of dollars on all these different kind of tests that I had to take to get to this point to prove that I am a qualified physician. And now that I've sat down, I feel like Thanos, and I've collected all my rings, and it's kind of like, okay. And I really am happy with the life I'm living right now. I am single. I'm not in any complicated romantic situationship. I have my dog. I have my apartment that I absolutely love. I live in a pretty cool city. I live in Brooklyn, and I have a car. I make a good amount. My parents are healthy, and that's where I'm at right now. I have friends that I'm surrounded by. When I'm looking for social things to get involved with, I can reach out to friends, and I'm actually very content with where I'm at. Would I be happier with a partner? Potentially. And am I looking for a life partner? Absolutely. Do I feel like I've been investing enough into my dating life? I mean, I'm not on dating apps because I just try them and I feel as overwhelmed as I do when I'm on social media. So I kind of try it and I put it on a pause. So in the meantime, I just feel like, yeah, I'm planning trips by myself or with my mom or other siblings. And I love the idea of being able to have my family experience something that I've had the opportunity to do while pursuing my career. And I feel like I'm taking better care of myself now than I did throughout medical school and residency because the stress. So I don't know. Maybe this is the start of me talking more about that or not. But yeah, I am 37, single, happy with where I am in my life right now. I've traveled so much. I've experienced so much, met different people. And I'm just grateful. Like, if I were to get into a relationship right now, I could look back and say, like, I regret nothing. But I also don't want to settle in the fact that I'm single and feeling that I have to be in a relationship with someone. I do eventually want to become a mom. It's not something that I'm completely opposed to. And however that happens, I haven't started thinking about freezing my eggs or anything like that. And I probably should. But that's where I'm at. Hi.
She built a solid life, an impressive career, stability, but always put relationships on the back burner. Now she wants a partner at a point where she's already fully formed, independent, and has high standards, which naturally limits her options. On top of that, she admits she's not investing in her dating life. No apps, no effort to put herself out there. She's comfortable in her routine, then questions the outcome. The truth is simple. Relationships require priority, energy, and time. Things she chose to offer too late.